Hey everybody, it's Principal JP. Happy Friday. We've made it to the end of our week. It's good to be back with you after you got a couple days off from my videos, but now I'm back. So today we're going to have some real talk with Principal JP. And I want to start our real talk telling you a little bit more about myself. You know that I'm your principal. We've started getting to know each other a little bit. But I also want to share with you about who I am outside of work. So in addition to being principal of Sun Prairie West High School, I'm also a mom. Those two kids in the top left-hand corner picture, the one in the green shirt is my kiddo Emma. The one in the orange shirt is my son Jacob. I'm also an aunt. The other two are my niece and my nephew. Got a couple other nieces and nephews. They're a lot older. But these two live in Madison, so we those four are thick as thieves and hang out together all the time and are besties. I'm a dog mom, new this summer. We have two cats. Don't tell them that their picture's not on here. It's fine. I'm a wife. I have an amazing life partner. I'm a sister. I'm a daughter. So when I come to work, and when we talk about the things we're going to talk about today, not only am I your principal, but I show up in all those other roles too. And so when we talk about the topics we're going to talk about today, we're really center in our humanity and the fact that we're all people at the end of the day with families and friends and communities that we care about and care about us. And that not only are we a Sun Prairie West community, we need to take care of each other. We need to make sure that we're all able to go back to the other communities we're a part of too. All right. So Tuesday, you got an email that was talked about with your third block teachers at the very end of third block and went to your parent and caregiver. We had a pretty serious situation on Tuesday. We had an airsoft weapon found in our building. That can cause a lot of different feelings, and that's okay. If you were upset about it or frustrated or whatever emotions that you were feeling, they're okay. They're valid. It's okay if you were more upset than a friend. It's okay if you're still thinking about it. If you want to know someone to talk to, please head up to Student Services on the third floor of our academic wing. They'll help take care of you and have a person to chat with. If you have questions about what happened or want to talk more, find an adult. So find a trusted adult either here in the building or outside of the building that you can connect with, not only so that you can get support, but so that we're grounding ourselves in fact and not spreading rumors. And then lastly, the stuff I'm going to talk about today can also bring up some feelings. It's okay. If you need to go talk to somebody, head up to Student Services. All right. So on Tuesday, we were talking about a pellet gun being at school. Now, I want to make sure that we are 100% clear, 100% clear on the expectations at school, particularly around weapons. So let me say this in no uncertain terms. Hard stop. We do nothing with weapons at school. Nothing. Period. End. No discussion. Hard line. None. Here's what it says in the behavior matrix. Having a weapon that has no chance of hurting somebody. We're talking about like drawing a picture of a weapon is a level 2 and can come with like in-school suspension consequences. Just drawing it has consequences. If you have an object that could be a weapon but it's not, so something sharp, pepper spray, mace, etc., that's a level 3. That can come with some hefty out-of-school suspension time. We don't want that. Weapons of any kind. So we're talking guns, knives, pellet guns, BB guns, ammunition, including toy guns, is a level 4, the most serious of offenses, and in most cases will go up for expulsion. Let me say that again. Any kind of gun or weapon, including toys, can be brought up for expulsion. There's also a state law that requires us to expel anyone that would have a weapon on campus, a firearm specifically on campus. All right, so what I just said is written in our behavior matrix, which is in the student handbook and in school policy. These next 3 slides, if you want to take a look at them to read it more yourself, to be like, hey, Miss Bluger, Principal JP, show me. Show me what it says. This is literally the text taken out of the behavior matrix of what it says. So this is talking about non-harmful weapons. This is talking about possession of contraband. So things that we can't have at school because it could be a weapon, even though they're not officially a weapon. And then weapons. And you'll see it goes into lots of detail. All right. We've talked a lot so far this year about see something, say something. We've done a pretty good job at this. The number one thing that will keep us safe in this building is each other and talking about what's going on and telling someone when something happens. And I need to say today that if you know about something in the building and you don't report it, you are liable for it. Meaning you can have consequences. You can have the same consequences as someone that was actually holding it if you knew about it and you didn't say anything about it. So it's also true in the court of law. It's called party to a crime. You don't have to be the one to do something. If you're there and you knew about it, you can be responsible for it too. So if you see something, we gotta say something to keep the community safe and to keep yourself safe and out of trouble, because consequences can come back on you. Don't forget our Sudbury Area School District electronic safety tip. We've had some students use it this year. Keep it coming. All right, we're going to pause. We're going to do something called a 30-second expert. So your teacher right now is going to make sure everybody's got a partner. You're going to figure out who got up earlier this morning. The person who got up earliest is partner A. You're going to summarize in 30 seconds. You're going to try to use that whole 30 seconds, not just a sentence, but use the whole 30 seconds, which doesn't sound long, but it can be long when you do this, to summarize what you just heard in this first part of the video. Partner B is then going to repeat back what they heard and ask a question. So I heard you say, and I have a question about blank. All right, go debrief and come right back. All right, welcome back, everybody. So this is a really good chance. We're at the end of week 3 to talk about and touch base on a couple more things. So we want to talk about real quick emergency response reminders and information that maybe you don't know. So first, we are in a state-of-the-art building. We literally just opened it 3 weeks ago. That's incredible. It has safety features that you can't see. So I know there's a lot of glass and there's a lot of conversation and a lot of questions when I was touring families all summer, the last couple of weeks around the building. Hey, Principal JP, there's a lot of glass. How do you keep kids safe? One way is that there's safety features that you can't see that help break the building into smaller pieces. So you can't get from point A to point B in an emergency, but you can always go outside. We are the key to our safety. So that see something, say something, having relationships in us, knowing information was one of the keys to keeping us safe. And we're going to talk about the levels of lockdown in Alice. We're in Alice district. We're going to talk about what that means and things that you could hear or we could need to use in different situations. So the first one is an external situation. So this is if there's something happened in the neighborhood or something nearby, something over in one of our fields, something maybe over at the elementary school. And so what you're going to hear over the announcement is something like this. Please don't go in and out of the building until further notice. Inside the building, we're going to keep doing our thing. We're going to keep teaching and learning, and you can move around the building. You just can't go outside, and when everybody outside, we're going to get inside. What we do in that moment is we close all the doors, monitor them so nobody gets in, and we'll temporarily have our fobs not work so that there's no entrance from inside to outside. Outside to inside. I said that backwards. Okay, second thing that could happen is an internal situation. So this is a situation that doesn't present harm but needs to be handled without movement in the building. This is a medical situation or maybe a behavior situation where it's almost passing time and we need a minute to make sure that everything's good and students have privacy before everybody's moving from point A to point B. So what you would hear is just, hey, please hold students in classroom until further notice. And then we will, at that time, let people know that we can go about our day. There is no need to lock the doors. There's no need to barricade, but students shouldn't be in the hall. We're not like moving about. You can keep teaching, doing your thing. We're just going to be in our classrooms. A precautionary lockdown. So this is when there's something like going on that could be harmful, but it's not an imminent threat. So everyone is going to go to your classrooms with the doors locked. And that means that the den doors are locked and closed as well, because we know that there's glass within the learning den. So our classroom mindset is that it's really that den. Teachers and staff are going to monitor your email and cell phones for further information in addition to updates over the PA. And then you're going to take actions based on the situation. So classrooms should be locked, but no need to fully barricade. Okay. And then we got the imminent threat. This is someone is attempting to or successfully entering the building with the intention to do harm. So over the loudspeaker, we're going to be very clear about what's happening and where it's happening so you can make choices. Particularly in a building like this, that's an open concept with a lot of glass, we need to be thinking about what our best decision is, whether it is to barricade, counter, or to exit, to evacuate. That may be your best option is to evacuate. And so this is like full Alice mode, and this is where our panic button would be used, which both alerts the police and makes that building smaller so that someone that's trying to do harm can't get very far, but you can always get out. You won't be able to hit a dead end. You can always get out. Okay, that was a lot. So I talked at the beginning about if you need to talk to somebody, go to student services. So who are my people in student services? We're all new. I haven't met them yet. This slide, you maybe should take a quick picture of it. I'll smile so you can get me smiling and not in some weird pose while you take your picture. Okay. So you know who your people are. We have counselors, social workers, school psychologists. We've got Ms. Morales up there. You've got an administrative team. Reach out to your people to process as you need. All right. 2 more things, and then we'll call it a wrap for today. We're going to talk about hallways today because it wraps up into safety too. A reminder that we are focusing on being in classroom bell to bell. That means that we get there on time. We stay there the whole time, unless we have a pass to go to the bathroom for only 5 minutes, nearest bathroom, and go back. And we stay into the bell. This is for a lot of reasons. 1, your academic success is our top priority, making sure that you are opening doors to your future, that we're creating that future every day. That we're creating a safe learning environment where everybody can focus because they're where they need to be in their learning space. We are continuing to step up expectations and consequences for being in the hallway. We've been here for 3 weeks now. You know where your classes are. You've gotten to know your teachers, and if you need help making a bridge to a teacher, let a trusted adult know, and we'll help problem solve if you're not quite jiving yet. We got you. We want you to feel safe and welcome in classrooms, and we can help facilitate that. We're ready to go. We're entering the last week of our first month of school, so expectations are ramping up. The first couple of weeks, we were all figuring things out. We were all lost. Now you got it. You got this. You need to be in class. So you always must have a pass if you're in the hallway during class, either that zone pass or a blue pass. Pass only is 5 minutes. Anything longer than that, and now you're in the hall without permission. You got to be in the room before the bell rings, not moving when the bell rings. You're in your room before the bell rings. That 2-minute warning bell, it's like a ding-dong doorbell. You need to head to class. That's the time that we're clearing the hallway. If you need a break, talk to your teacher, and it's got to be in the den, in that collaboration space, not anywhere else in the building. We're going to continue to talk about hallways. We're going to continue to talk about the ways we're going to support hallways and consequences when you're out in the hall. All right, and last, appropriateness with future furniture. We have amazing furniture, amazing resources here. We just need to make sure we use it correctly, especially rolly chairs. We're not doing whirly races. We're keeping them